What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world because crypto is the juiciest, biggest opportunity over the next few years, and it's not even close. Welcome along. We appreciate you guys. Corey, take it away.
Good morning, Pulsicans. How are you enjoying the green day? Guys, we're on a little punt today. It's kind of nice to see us rebounding off of the low from yesterday. I don't know if this sustains or not or where we go from here, but it's kind of fun to see. I also love seeing that the BUSD investigation got dropped by the SEC. I saw some other data points that have literally costed the corporation billions of dollars, and there might be some repercussions that they're going to be taken back towards the SEC. So that'd be very interesting to see if something like that plays out. But I'll still love to see all this case law gathering up. You've heard us talk about in the show multiple times that us being in last position here has been just a phenomenal take from the RH and his attorney standpoint. And yeah, we're super excited to be on this journey with you guys where we're using cryptocurrencies, that wealth creation tool, and using real estate as a wealth preservation tool to change the trajectory of ours and our families' lives, and maybe some friends who want to come along this journey with us. And it's been an absolute blast. So yeah, man, it's a green day today, Dane. Very interesting. We saw kind of those lows being hit. I don't know if we hit the actual lows of like where people were calling for, but I don't know. We'll see if this might be the W. Maybe we come back down and then we come back up and we bounce out of this. Who knows? Who knows what we do? But it's fun to see.
Well, it'll be interesting with Richard tweeting what he did yesterday. Yeah, does this actually end up being the bottom or not? What I'd love to see on the pulse chart, we're a little green today, like you said. I'd love to see it kind of come up here and give us a W like this, and then hold support right here, and then we're off.
That's and cruise for, yeah, it doesn't have to be off. Like it can cruise on support or like just slowly trend up. Like we don't have to go to the freaking moon overnight. Like I'm cool with it. But to stop being a falling knife would be that would be nice.
Agreed.
To stop being a falling knife, like geez. Yeah, it's fun, man. I don't know. And to your point, Dane, I think that green candle could be just because of RH and what he said yesterday. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to mark the bottom or be the bottom.
Right.
That you guys speculating because of RH's tweet. But then again, who knows? Or yeah, we would know the RH was actually meaning business. We would know he meant business if we saw wallets that were associated with the OA wallets starting to buy again. Kind of how we saw PulseX getting bought up about, I don't know, that was like 2 weeks ago, I think now. And it was creating a floor for a little while, and then now we've kind of fell through again. But if we saw that kind of behavior, that would also give us some surety maybe that this would be the bottom or near the bottom, and that he really was meaning business yesterday. I don't know. But man, this SEC just keeps taking L after L after L. I don't know. I just don't see how people think anymore that that we're not gonna get the case either dismissed or we're not gonna like get a very favorable settlement. I don't see how that's not a thing anymore. And I could be wrong, but man, it's one thing after another with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with Rocky. I think we come down and do a double bottom on Pulse. That's kind of my thinking there. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, that's what some of the chartists are saying, but you never know. It could go lower than the double bottom too. It could be like that spring, the Wyckoff accumulation diagram. Could be that, or it could make a higher low just right above it.
Yeah. I saw some people with the RH case saying that one of the tweets today was one of the accounts said that she thought that RH was coming out and tweeting a ton because he knows they're going to win the case and is preparing for his comeback. What are your thoughts on that, Corey?
How do you know you're going to win the case with an absolute 100% certainty? Like, it's not like RH's low attorneys are in back rooms with the judge. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you can have 100% certainty. You might have like where your attorneys are like, look, man, we got this buttoned up. Look at this. Look at this. This is, what they're talking about here. This is what we're going to respond to here. Like, there's a lot of things they can do and say to give a surety, but that's not 100%, man. There's nothing 100%. Like, not until we go to court.
Right. Agreed.
So, sure. Is RH coming out of the woodworks a little bit more? Yeah, but we've seen this multiple times where he kind of comes out and starts tweeting again for like a couple of weeks or even a month, and then he kind of goes away again. And then like people get all pissed off and where's RH? And they start calling him names. Like we've seen this a few times through Pulse Chain's inception. I mean, we'll look back at Christmas. We actually got a 2-hour video from RH at Christmas. Does that mean he's coming back to streaming? No. And that was back at Christmas time.
Right.
We got that video and we haven't seen a video since. And so like more speculation. And I would like to see it. I would love to see him come back. I would love to have him do one of those classics. I remember I used to love seeing them. Should I do a live stream ? Tweet? He used to do those and the tweet would blow up and he would stream like 30 minutes later. That was I love seeing those because I would see the tweet and I would know to go and get ready for the stream. And that was one of his notorious or infamous tweets that I would love to see again, man. I guarantee you, Dane, man. Oh my gosh. And look, this is not financial advice. I'm just a dude on the internet speculating on his own money. But man, if that tweet came out, I feel like there would be some massive green candles.
I wonder. I'm not as sure.
I am. There is a lot of sideline money, big money that are plebs, that need that leadership and need that that kind of rowing and RH to come out and be like, and rally the troops. There's sideline money waiting. I would bet you people like Nick Cherry would return to the ecosystem if RH came back streaming. You would see Nick Cherry buying back in, like no matter where we're at in that process. You would see people like that coming in because the speculation alone of like, why is he streaming? What is he going to say? Like, is he going to talk about the court case? Is he going to talk about like, oh my gosh, it would raise so much like questions and positive sentiment type questions. That's where you're.
I have my doubts that it would be like an instant pump that all of a sudden from that tweet that things would go nuts.
I agree with that. I think
it would take some time. I think it'd take a few streams. I think if you paired a few streams with the OA buying, then now you've got something. That's what I would want to see them together if it were me.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just not time into the cycle where we're at in the script of the movie for it to happen, right? Like if he were to come out and do it, it would probably sell off because people don't have confidence. Sami says the confidence is not there because of what Bitcoin and Ethereum is doing. And that makes a lot of sense because that's just kind of dictates the whole entire market. I mean, look at this. Ethereum is about to get the ETF, right? And get all this new influx of TradFi money here in the next week, 2, maybe a little bit longer. It can be a little bit shorter. I don't know. But like we're about to get this. And ETH is like just hovering around $3,000, $2,800. The Ethereum blockchain is like 1 and 2 Gwei. If I've ever seen a bottom signal in my life, a 1 Gwei on the Ethereum blockchain is definitely one of those bottom signals. Like what? 1 Gwei? Like when was the last time that happened? It was probably before my crypto journey, before I got into crypto, right? Like it's probably like years ago. And so just the fact that is going on right now before one of the biggest catalysts in crypto, that people are not front running that news and buying Ethereum more, just, tells us it's just not time where we're at in the cycle, in the market cycle. We are seeing the Bitcoin dominance starting to roll over, which is a very big sign of like a shift in momentum in Ethereum and altcoins. We're seeing that now, and then we're seeing that trend kind of reverse, which is going to be good. It needs to break to the downside where altcoin season can really transpire. We're also seeing USDT market dominance, dominance on USDT rolling over also. And so that is also an indicator saying that it could be time for more risk on assets. And so, there's a lot of things that are going on right now that show us what's coming up in the future. But right now, people are not paying attention. It's funny. I guess they're out touching grass, which is fine.
Right. This is cool. Oliver, thanks for posting this, Oliver. This is good stuff right here. Germans are dumping their last BTC holdings of only 7,000 BTC worth 400 million left. Pocket change. And then he gave another update. It sounds like dumping their last bit now, only 200 million left within the last few minutes.
Yeah. That's going to create
the BTC price still hanging out stable even with that. That's good.
Yep. There are whales who are buying it. There are whales who are buying the Germans Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
A lot of the chart guys are saying that that the bottom's in on BTC and it's time to reverse. I'm curious to see if that ends up being the case or not. Yeah.
I would say bottom is in for BTC and Ethereum. If it does happen to be an Ethereum and we see even Ethereum starting to reverse, then RH assets are going to follow suit shortly after. Doesn't mean we're going up all crazy and parabolic, but it could mean that we could stabilize where we're at on the price chart. That's it. Like, so once again, I'm trying to find more clues. Like, I don't want to catch a falling knife anymore. I'm tired of that crap. Like, it sucks. No. Falling knife. It's like, man, can you stop? Like, I want to do a DCA and be like, oh, okay, run sideways. Like, that's fine. Run sideways for months. I don't care. Like, but I hate DCA and then like, 50% lower. 30% lower. Oh, 50% lower.
Until there's a W on there with confirmation, I'm not buying anything. I'm pretty comfy waiting.
I don't blame you. I bought yesterday. I did buy yesterday. So, and I'm happy with my buys. We'll see where we go. And in a couple weeks, if we're not, I'll buy again. Like, I'm going to keep DCAing. So trying to catch the bottom sucks. Any kind of momentum to the upside, my DCA days are done. I'm done.
How'd you feel about the CPI report, Corey? That was pretty interesting.
3.0. I mean, it's 0.1% like difference from the expectations. I mean, I guess that's bullish. Like, I don't know. It's a big nothing burger to me. These CPI, events and the FMLC events always have been nothing burgers. Like every single one of them. Like we'll see ETH rally a little bit on the news, but then it'll pull back. I mean, that's what it does. That's what we always do. It's just a big nothing burger for the most part. And then maybe that's why the RH assets are rallying a little bit too. Like they're pumping off of the ETH pumping. And if ETH rolls back over, then there we go. There we go, going down to our double bottom because ETH rolled over and made a new low.
Right.
So
this is interesting. According to my really quick Google search, the internet is saying that as of right now, we're looking at. Oh, where'd it go? We're looking at. It says odds shot up to 89% from 74%. That will have 2 quarter-point rate cuts before the end of the year. That's interesting. What we want is that to be pushed off. We don't want to have those too soon. In fact, I prefer they pushed it into next year. That could kind of be a nice top signal. They start cutting rates. That could be a nice top signal that could go in line with a few different indicators. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of that either myself. It's funny, Dane. I was on, you were there too, I think, a mastermind call. It's a real estate community. And there was a guy talking for about a 5-minute segment about a market update in general. And he was excited like in general about a rate cut coming, and I literally wanted to like unmute myself and be like, bro, are you an idiot? Like how are you so excited? Don't you know a recession and a crash comes usually right after the pivot? Now it doesn't mean it have to happen, but if you look at data, that means he's not looked at any data points. All he's looking at is like, oh, let's get down the rates and get inflation back up so we can win. That's what he's thinking in his head. And it's just not how it works. Over the long run, yes, it is how it works. And the government is great at creating inflation to fix problems in the economy. But like a rate cut is not bullish. It's not bullish, not for crypto, not for the economy, not for stocks, not for anything. And that's what's funny, man. Like I hear it time and time again. People like to refer to that event as a bullish catalyst. Like, no, it's not. You guys got to stop. It's usually like that's the start of a recession, and we could be down in a recession for a couple of years.
Right.
I mean, that's time. That's what do they? How do they call it? Goblin Town. That's Goblin Town down there. Like that's Wreck City. You know, and hopefully you're sidelined with some cash because Wreck City's good because that means you could DCA the economy if you want. You can buy whatever. Everything will be on sale. Everything is on sale when that happens. And it was funny. And these guys are, Dane, those guys are very high level, sophisticated real estate investors. You would think they would like understand how the economy and how rate cuts and recessions work at a deeper level. They don't.
Right. Well, everyone has recency bias, right? So last time they cut rates here, they saved the economy, if you will, in the short term via inflation. So you pay via inflation, or you pay in an economy recession or depression. We've been paying in inflation terms. I think everybody's anticipating when you see the rate cuts that we'll do the same thing again, and they would prefer that in the short term. I think once you start cutting rates, I think a lot of these guys will come out and say how bullish that is. I think you'll have a market that'll be the last push up, and before we go and roll over, there'll be a quick push up. I think from that, maybe over a month or two, and then we roll over.
That's why I'm with you, man. I hope it's like Q1, Q2 next year. Q2.
Yeah, wait till Q2. That would be beautiful. Wait till Q2. Give us a nice bull run here.
Yeah, do your thing. Time to have some more risk on.
Yes, agree. Give us a bull run before everything rolls over, sir. Give us a bull run.
Yeah, Oliver's got a good point here, and it is starting to roll over, which is nice. I like seeing that. That means if the market continues going up and Bitcoin dominance is rolling over, well, that means a lot of liquidity start to flow into ETH and altcoins. That's what we want to see, and that wouldn't make sense. It's teeing up the timing for this. Is teeing up for this Ethereum ETF and for the inflow start coming in. Because here's the thing, man, like people are just, it's crazy that you can buy ETH right now at a great price and front run Wall Street, but people will wait till Wall Street's here and they're making the green candles before they buy.
Right.
It's so backwards. It's
people want more quote unquote surety than they do better prices. Right.
That's it. That is it, man. It's hilarious. So
when the ETH ETF approvals, is that tomorrow? Is it the 12th? They're supposed to be finalized.
Yeah, I don't know the more recent on what day. It was supposed to come at the end of this week, or actually inflows can start coming in. The S1s have been changed and filed. All with all the different companies that are wanting to do the ETF, and so like they're anticipating that by the end of the week or beginning of next, inflows will start taking place.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at an article right now. Yeah, it looks like it could happen as soon as this Friday.
Yeah, which is tomorrow. Could be a good week. I mean. Or we can see a sell-off. Like, you can see.
I mean, I think we've seen the sell-off already. I think that's already baked in. You saw the positive ETH ETF news, that pump, and then that's been sold all the way off already.
Yeah.
I think that's mostly baked in.
That's a good point, because we shot up to 3,700, 3,800. RH goes buys a top, and then we sell down and we sell back up, and then we pushed back up because of the ETF news. RH was made whole again. I remember that. That's how I remember the events. And then like now it's back down. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think that was it. That was the event. And so maybe we see upward price momentum starting next week. If that's the case, man, if that happens, I'm calling bottom on Porsche, man. Again, I was wrong last time, guys. Look, I was wrong last time. Like I could be wrong this time too. Like I was totally wrong last time.
So I have a W on the daily. Yeah, I don't.
I was totally wrong. How does the secret chart look? Let me look. What is the secret chart doing for us? That's what I really care about. I really care about the secret chart. Let's go over
pull
there.
it up and share your screen.
Yeah, let me go find it. W Pulse / ETH. I would love to see what this is doing, and it is also pumping, of course. And let me share my screen once I get this pulled up. It's good to pull it up first, because otherwise, if I try to do it at the same time, what happens is it just lags, and my computer or internet or I don't know what it is cannot.
What pair are you looking at? The one I'm seeing on PulseX only has $214,000. That's not the right one, is it?
I'm looking at Pulse versus Ethereum.
Right, that's what I'm looking at too. The pair, the most liquid pair on Deck Screener I have shows.
There's not a lot of liquidity on the pair itself.
It's pretty thin.
Why is it not? Share screen. Here we go. I want to share this. There we go. So let me see if I can kind of. Yeah, I mean, it still could form the W if this green candle ends up printing out of it. Hans, what he likes to do is put this on a line chart. So you can see how the W is starting. Yeah, it was starting to print. Now we're kind of running sideways right now with today's green candle. We would need to get, considerably higher against Ethereum, up in here in this area to really validate, up in here somewhere. We got to break that level. So it's still in play. It's not. Which is incredible is like if Ethereum starts pumping because of the ETF and that W were to print, and we're bullish against Ethereum, man, that would be awesome. But you can see there is a green candle there. So we'll see. I like that chart. That chart is what really gives me confidence on where we're at in the cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molly, you're right. If I call the bottom enough times, I'll be right. Yeah. And then what everyone else does on at least the big influencers. That's the big influencers. That's how they do it, man. They call the bottom like multiple times, and then like eventually you're going to be right? That's like the broken clock is right twice a day.
I saw a pretty funny meme where somebody was saying it's funny how Richard Heart went from a bottom and top caller to a top buyer in his most recent ETH buy. And there's all sorts of cope on Twitter about that and reasons why he may have done that. What are your thoughts about that, Corey?
He fucked up. Dude, he's a human being. What? It's because he might be a smarter guy, and he's still human. He messed up, man. He bought the top. He could have. People could have said, okay, he couldn't have bought earlier because of the SEC. All right, I agree with that. But he could have bought later than that top buy and got a $3,000 price versus a $3,600, $3,700 price. So he could have done that. What's your cope or argument against that? Like he could have bought later. I get the earlier, and I can kind of agree with that. But yeah, dude, he's a human being, man. Like we all make mistakes. He's gonna make mistakes. He's made a lot of mistakes. Holy crap, bro! Come on, like him fighting with every single person in crypto was a mistake too. Like not making no friends, zero. Like in his crypto journey, he made zero friends. I think his sentiment is changing because he helped write the amicus brief for CZ, and his attorneys helped with that process, if I'm not mistaken. I could be kind of wrong, but I know he had a hand in that. So I think he's starting to, change his tune a little bit about making friends, hopefully. But yeah, man, dude, what else is there? Like, you could cope. It's not he's trying to short the market and all this other BS. Like, oh, well, with SDI, he can go and I don't even know what they're saying about that. Like, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yep. Agreed. These were a couple of interesting tweets. I like to see stuff from people that haven't been along for the ride the whole time.
Me too.
This is Donovan DIY. He had a couple of tweets. I thought these were good. He says, crypto hates Richard Hart, and it genuinely surprises me of literally every top token founder dumping on your ass while RH openly warns you about these people. He's the only founder out here pumping his own chain and not selling tokens. Scammer aware. And then he was replying to this. So I thought this was good. This guy says, it's weird when we think about how everyone in crypto is missing it. And Donovan says, I was in the same boat as far as hating Richard. The only reason people don't like him is because he held so much of the Hex supply. He never even sold any of it. He did that to remove supply to drive up the price. He did a 10,000 X2. The anti-RH argument is comical at best. Agreed.
I agree.
I think you'll see more people coming around, especially with, I'm telling you, I think having the Pulse product, having a layer 1 blockchain, PulseX, Inc., I think a lot of people are going to be a lot more warm to those types of tokens because it's a lot more familiar. I think you'll see a lot more adoption on those things.
I agree 100%. And I tell people all the time, another reason why they didn't like RH is because their ego was offended by his ego. Totally. He's got a big ego and he's got a way about presenting himself. And if you have an ego, you're going to get offended by that. And ego, remember guys, ego is the biggest killer of opportunity. That's in every asset class. I see it all the time. Ego is your biggest enemy. Be careful of that. Now, RH's ego, does it cost him some opportunity? Probably does. But
I can speak unequivocally it has. Yeah. He has not made some friends that could have been incredibly helpful up to this point.
So worse in all directions. But you have to let your ego down to see the opportunity in RH. That's the key right there. Don't let your ego be the killer of opportunity, all right? We're here to make money. That's what it is. We're here as investors to spot opportunity and market efficiencies. Okay, that's your job as an investor, and so you can see what I am alluding to here with that, and you got 95% of people who are offended by it. It's great. It's great. So,
yep. Couldn't agree.
There's the Ink Maxi. Speaking of other products, that's the Ink Maxi right there, bro.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. This has been good, Corey. Is there those are all the points I wanted to cover today. Is there anything else that you had on your mind?
Not much, man. I mean, let's see if this pump follows through. Tomorrow's open mic Friday. Guys, come on, let's rap. Let's talk anything crypto, anything money. We can talk about real estate, kind of our plans there on what we're going to do when we take profits in crypto. We're going back to real estate and other real world assets to save our net worth. There's nothing in crypto that's going to convince me to stick around, except for maybe a little bit of like stable coin yield farms or something like that. Otherwise, the majority of my liquidity, or at least maybe not the majority, but a good portion of it will be going into real estate, other real world assets that can preserve that legacy wealth, not only for me, but my family, for many generations to come. I mean, I've got news for you guys. It's not T-shares. I love T-shares. I got them. But that's not going to preserve my wealth for the long run. And let's talk about what can preserve that wealth. And in fact, I think we're going to start having on the show, Dane, especially as we're moving to the bull run, I think we should start having operators come back on the show again, like we were kind of doing a year ago. We've kind of gotten out of that. I think we have some guys come on, talk about deals they're doing, talking about the cash on cash they're receiving, some of the tax benefits. Guys, tax benefits. I know most of you guys aren't moving to Puerto Rico. I mean, there's only one guy in the audience who I know that's in Puerto Rico, and like you need something to offset some of those taxes, something to create cash flow, something to actually preserve the wealth. And so there's nothing quite like real estate that does that. So, yeah. Jason, come on the show tomorrow. Let's talk about it. I would love to have an honest conversation. T-shares, they're not a bear market hedge. I'm sorry.
And we would welcome you. If you have a different opinion, we'd welcome you to come talk. Corey and I are easygoing. We're not going to come and blast you. We're open to having a conversation. We prefer when you guys disagree. It makes a more fun show.
You're not going to go on Twitter and call them names?
No, not doing that. Oh, one more thing I did want to mention. Did you see there's a Twitter account? I'll have to go and find it, but there's an account that's been actively hunting down Pulse Latina. Apparently they found a social account where they found the gym that she attends.
You know who did that?
Who?
One of our good friends out here in Puerto Rico, man.
Found it?
Is the one who's doing all that, dude. He's like headstrong, heading the witch hunt. He found the gym. He's locating where this person is at. The next part is trying to get to the person and figure out who hired her, right? Like that's the next piece of the puzzle. But this particular individual in Puerto Rico too actually goes to that country quite often. That's where he lives here in Puerto Rico, but he loves going down there. Brazil. He loves that. In fact, he lived down there for many years. And so for him, I think it wouldn't surprise me if he got to the bottom of this. Like, how cool would that be? To actually at least figure out, was it Gunther or not? Which I'm starting to have my doubts about it. I really am, dude. Like this scam was so elaborate and so good that I feel like the scammer was like, no, it was the scammer over there. You guys hate that guy. Once you continue hating him.
A perfect scapegoat.
Yeah, you remember this guy? You remember Pulse Bitcoin and Zen Bitcoin? Like, just blame that guy and go after him and his family. And that's what everyone's doing, unfortunately. And if that's the truth, it'd be nice to get to the bottom of that. It would be nice. And before you guys go out there and freaking looking up Gunther's information and going knocking on his door, let's see if
it'd actually be a cool narrative for the chain and for the community to say, like, we find the people that scam the community. We find you. That would be
worldwide. Cool. Like, this is a worldwide scam because it wasn't out of the United States. Pulse Latina is in Brazil somewhere or Portugal. I can't remember. Like, she's down there, right? And so this is like a worldwide type scam. Maybe the scammer is in the United States. Possible, right? But like, yeah, dude, what a conclusion that would be. It would be awesome. I would love to see an end to the story. It doesn't mean you're gonna get your money back. Look, guys, we are all responsible. Yeah, we're all responsible for our own actions and our own decisions we do in our crypto journey. I've lost a shit ton of money in this journey so far. I've also obtained a lot of money, but the money I lose, it's my own fault. The money I keep and the gains I get is also my own fault. Like, you have to take a step back and learn from your experiences. It's always your responsibility. You're your own custodian. Remember that. And so if you're giving your money to a scammer, whose fault really is it at the end of the day? Well, it's not the scammers. They're just doing their job. Should they go to jail? Of course. Like, they're evil people. They should go. They should be put away. But at the same time, like, what's a good analogy? Like, I don't go, sniffing around Compton, California for ways of making money in the hood, right? Like, I'm gonna get robbed, right? I'm not gonna put myself in situations in real life because I'm chasing a dollar where I know, like, it's the same thing in crypto. Like, this is no different. You're responsible for your own actions, but at the same time, it would be cool if they found
accountability. Yeah,
it would be great to be like, oh man, we found this person. He lists X, Y, and Z. We notified the authorities. Whatever happens. I don't know, but yeah, it would be cool, man. It'd be a great narrative and a case closed from this. So
yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good. All right,
cool. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh my gosh, put that back up. Stop worrying about RH. Worry about yourself. 120%. You're accountable for all your own actions. 120%. AI Hex Builder actually has a very good Twitter, guys. If you're not following him, he has a lot of content that's very like conspiracy theory, which I love because like the conspiracy theorists 10 years ago were just fact finders now, right? Now we're finding that, oh, these guys were right. And so like, I like watching his stuff. He's got a lot of good stuff on Twitter. He's not on there just creating toxicity. So that's good stuff, you know, but yeah, tomorrow, come on, guys. Let's wrap everything money. Tell us why T-shares aren't why they are a bear market hedge over real estate. We'd love to talk about that with you. And you know, we can talk about, you know, crypto and whatever else. So yeah, have a good day and let's grab some lunch, man.
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.